Let's go ahead and get into game. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Cha0s with Thunderdog eSports, bringing you the Thunderdog Top Dog League Finals. I'm here with TheDannySaur, and we are going to be going to town in this best-of-5 series, spawning in the upper right-hand corner in the red trunks for Team Immortal Fire. It is Vies.
And the Protoss player opposite him, spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Habitation Station, we have GJL Microgamers Luna.
Okay.
Too many letters.
Too many letters. Yeah, I know. GJ, yeah, GJ and JG are like the worst things to put together, period.
Yep.
But I believe it stands for Gaming Jerseys.
He's
LTD.
Yep.
So,
correct.
Congratulations to them and their sponsorship and whatnot. Got to give a shout out to anybody who supports our wonderful Starcraft scene. So, we've got a PVZ on Habitation Station.
Yes. And it looks like, I mean, I'm guessing that's going to be a old school Forge fast experience. Well, nope. Guess it's going to be Nexus first there, eh?
That's kind of what it's looking like. And actually, it'll be interesting to see whether or not Vies gets a good scout on that and whether or not he chooses to be a little bit aggressive. Because obviously with him going for the spawning fool first, it's going to give him the opportunity to potentially do something. Uh-oh. Okay, we got a pro battle. Oh!
Yeah, and Luna kind of got hosed there just a little bit.
Oh, denied.
Yep, cool pylon block. One of the problems is I think he saw the spawning pool go down and was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
So he had to throw down the Forge really fast and kind of messed with the build order just a little bit.
Yeah, so he didn't actually end up going for the Nexus first, and actually delayed the Nexus quite a bit, which is quite honestly just as efficient as anything, I would say.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that wasn't... Oh, I mean, I was going to comment on it because it wasn't your, like, normal 15 pool. I think he did it a little bit early because, I mean, he was down to 12 or 13 supply, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
It was a little odd, but, yeah, now all of a sudden these Zerglings... I mean, he'll be fine, but...
Yeah.
Certainly not something you want.
Yeah. Lings will go ahead and go straight across the field just to see if they can get anything done. Granted, we do have... The probe did scout the third, well, I guess the third base having been taken. Obviously, the natural still hasn't been taken, so still only 2 base Zerg. But this is going to give Vies the option of taking that earlier third, which I feel will probably be definitely really helpful as far as getting his economy up and getting him into a position where he can really, really kind of hammer on the macro mode.
Yeah, absolutely. I was maybe thinking, like, maybe he had some crazy 2-base all-in planned and just didn't want to build a natural there, because I thought he would have built it a little sooner, but
yeah,
not trying to be super ultra-aggressive, so...
Yeah, I mean, 430 is a respectable time to get that third base down, especially knowing that your opponent has gone for that Forge first.
Yep.
The Forge is a very, very passive play, and you really know that you don't... You know, with the Forge going down, you know that he's probably going to be getting a really fast Nexus, which is going to delay the Gateway and the Cybernetics core, which means you're pretty much not going to see anything until around the 7-minute mark. So you've got, you just got lots of options from there.
The fastest Zealot he could produce was at about, like, 530-ish. And that'd be one Zealot, and I don't think that's really the top of his priority list.
Yeah. So... yeah, Vies just definitely going to hammer on the macro, get his drone count up to exactly what he wants. So far, actually, he's behind in drones. That's kind of odd.
Yes, and it is really interesting. This probe is just, like, totally chilling right by his base. And I think this Zergling, I don't know if he's just scouting in general now, but he knows there's a probe out there somewhere and just hasn't checked this one spot.
Yeah, so... Things are looking actually pretty decent for Luna. Having that probe count this early on, that extra probe count over his opponent this early on is actually going to be really, really good. If he can like utilize it and get up a small attacking force, he might be able to get some damage done, I would think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's getting pretty close to evening out now with a little bit of swell. It looks like Roachhorn going down for Vies. So that's kind of the route that he wants to take, at least in the short term. No lair or anything yet for him, unless I totally missed it, which I did not.
Yeah. So
Any ideas on what he might thinking, where he's gonna go?
I don't know. Usually when I see a passive Protoss player, I tend to just go super ham macro mode. Basically, you focus on getting up 3 bases with I think minimum of 3 gases. He's only got 2 right now, so I'm really curious to see how this goes, progresses a little bit further. And then basically you start your lair, and usually I go for double upgrade. So I can't imagine him, waiting too much longer to start really hammering out some units.
Oh, the Zerglings just walked right past that probe I talked about. Literally went right by it.
And the probe's like, well, since you're not going to kill
me. he dropped 5 gateways. I mean, he's going up to 6 of them with his +1 timing, and Warp Gate's going to be done. Like, he's going for a big time push, like, right now. And he just threw down the Twilight Council. I mean, that was the first tech building he's got, but he's just going to, I think, try to go in here. And, I mean, Vies doesn't have a whole lot to deal with this. The lair's coming down, but, I mean, as far as units, he's got 3 Roaches and 4 Zerglings. And here we go. Protoss is going to put on some heavy pressure at this third.
Yeah, I think this is actually going to be really, really effective. I mean, we've got I'm really surprised he's going for a very heavy Stalker count. I think it'll be okay against the Roaches because he does already have his +1 up versus his opponent's 0-0. So it should definitely be good. So we will have to see.
That just ruins your day when you see all of that coming in. Oh, and he's full retreat. He knows he cannot hold this base at all. Oh, that's got to be devastating for Vies. I mean, got to figure it out. But Luna flexing a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean,
think this is going to be really good. This is an unstoppable force, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, there's not a whole lot of units out here for Vies, and pretty much Roaches against this amount of units is just not enough. Trying to get some damage done. The Zealots going absolutely to town on a lot of these Roaches, and the drones trying to get a piece of action, and it just isn't happening.
Yeah, I mean, this was just a well-executed